Welcome to Talkin VAWLS, Week 14. The Vols drop another one, losing 8 games for the first time in school history. Not a single win in conference play, and just when you things can't get any worse. Boys, it's been a fun day, hasn't it? Welcome to Talkin VAWLS.
Unbelievable day.
I guess I'm just speechless on it. So
Clearly, I am too. Oh gosh, Greg Schiano, really? Let's just I don't even know what to say. Let's just start with Greg Schiano. So it comes out a little earlier today. What time did it even come out? That it's almost a done deal, almost finalized that he's going to be the next head coach. Let's forget the allegations and all that crap. I wouldn't be happy with him just based on his football record alone.
no, I wouldn't either. I mean, I've seen some of it. Rutgers. I think he did a pretty good job at Rutgers, but man, I'm just reading a lot of reports on him and stuff. And of course, he went to the NFL and at Tampa. He caused a lot of stir there. He wasn't very popular there. He didn't last long there. So, no, I'm not either. But man, and that's not even expressing how I feel about this potential hire. It's maddening, and I would imagine tonight may be our. We may need an edit button tonight, possibly.
Just let it fly, boys. Just let it fly. I talking about the allegations. Me and JP were talking before we went live here. The part that upsets me about it, I hate to judge somebody when you don't have fact. We don't know the stuff that went on at Penn State. He denies it, but obviously he's going to deny it. And I hate to crucify somebody when you don't really know what happened. But that said, I feel like in this situation, you have to take that into account when you make this hire. You can't make that hire with that background. If you're gonna err on the side of caution in this situation, right? I mean, that's what you have to do.
Exactly, and that's what I've said all afternoon when this started coming out, and everybody's like, no way, there's no way that he's even a candidate. I mean, how do you even go there? I mean, knowing that that's going to be brought up. Schiano, all that came out last July, I think it was. He was already at Ohio State. So, I mean, this was his first hire or his first potential hire or his next job after all of that came out. And like Boogie said, I mean, there's sworn statements under oath by that McQuarrie guy that was at Penn State that told all that stuff and, says that Schiano knew about it, that he told a coach that he witnessed a situation with Sandusky and one of those kids. But Schiano, like you said, he denied it when it came out last year. My question is why didn't he sue him? I mean, why would he want that to be on his even attached to his name or anything like that if it is 100% false? Just total incompetence again. I mean, we've talked about it. UT Athletics, just when you think that they couldn't get any dumber, just when you think that the people down there making decisions, I mean, it's like it's like a comedy. I mean, it is a comedy of errors down there. Just sickening. I mean, just sickening. Not to even talk about, we had to sit through, getting beat by Vanderbilt by 18 points. Lost 4 out of our last 6 games against Vanderbilt. I mean, just unreal.
Well, we're getting reports at the time of recording here that it's probably not going to happen. And we talked about it that Schiano and his wife were backing down off of it because of the uproar by Vol Nation. And do you think it's deserved? I mean, I think it's good that the fans let their voice be heard, and I think I think this fan base was united based on ethics. I don't think this was a football uproar. I think this was an ethics uproar, saying that we will not accept that at the University of Tennessee. I mean, the three of us are texting, and I'm sitting there legitimately concerned. I can't pull for a guy like that. I can't. And I've watched Tennessee football my whole life, and I'm sitting there thinking, this is the end. I'm done. I'm not watching Tennessee football. And I mean, that's where I'm at. And if this deal gets done, we're going to have a decision to make. We talked about it off air, but we don't know that we're going to keep doing this podcast because we don't want to support that. But I really don't think it's going to happen at this point.
I don't think it is either, and I'm seeing reports now too. Just reading on 24/7 about it also, and I just don't see how it can happen. It's extremely toxic at this point for Schiano, for Currie. Currie is a smug, arrogant piece of shit, is what I think of him right now. John Currie, if John Currie is in on if this falls through, and John Currie is in on the decision to hire the coach, then everybody down there needs to be run off. He should be fired immediately over this. It was, from everything I've read, he asked for support from the athletic department, asked opinions, and nobody gave him positive feedback. He knows what the fan base wants right now, and he basically shot the fan base and the athletic department a double bird today, is what he did.
Yep.
And he did it
He
his
did.
way, and his way is going to lead to the highway for him.
Oh yeah.
And
I mean,
I wasn't, and sorry, but
no, go ahead.
But it just amazes me. And like you said, it's a comedy. It is a comedy. We watched that joke yesterday. Worst season in any of our lives. There's no doubt about it. The worst season just concluded. You think there's maybe a little bit of hope, possibly, and then he goes and does this. This is just bad on all accounts. And another thing to take into fact with the allegations, I'm not going to go there with it because, like we said, we don't know this and that. But I will say this. You just had the whole sexual allegation thing at UT, just a couple years ago?
Yep.
And then you're going to turn around and do this? That's just stupid. That's just
Makes
flat out
zero
stupid.
sense.
And I'm telling you right now, Schiano, I don't see any way this works out. And Currie, he's already made his bed. He's done down there. There's no turning back from this. Currie is done.
I agree 100%. There is no way that John Currie will survive this. There is no way. I mean, when you've got state representatives, when you've got people that have some pull and some stuff like that, whenever you have them, coming out on Twitter and other things of social media and saying, I hope that these rumors are not true, that Tennessee's got more integrity and this and so forth like that. Curry's done. I mean, Currie is done. I won't be surprised if he's not relieved of his duties by the end of this week. I mean, I just do not see how in the world that John Currie, whoever the next coach is, I don't see how he gets up there and faces it. And I tell you what Currie done, and that's why not only is this fan base just totally pissed off today, is because for 10 years, that program has done nothing but just made fun of the loyal fans that would sit there, would spend the money, go to those games, spend all day Saturday sitting in front of the TVs, watching those games, and just get absolutely nothing out of it. And that administration down there just sitting there just laughing, just taking in money, just laughing, hiring a bunch of do-nothing coaches that absolutely had no business even being a head coach at a Power 5 conference. And then Currie, comes out all Billy Badass and is like, I'm going to hire this great coach and, we're going to win and you're not going to hear anything from me until this thing's over, and trying to act like this and so secretive and everything, and like, has these flight paths that are crazy and going to all these different places to throw the fan base off and everything, and then he pulls this today. That's why that everybody is so pissed off. That's why that everybody is so mad. It's because you're right, Rocky. It is like that he just threw the double birds to the entire fan base and said, look what I'm going to do. I'm not even going to listen to you. I'm not even going to care anything about what the customer thinks. I mean, whether anybody knows or not, this is a business. Have you ever seen any type of business that didn't listen to their customers? Well, John Currie, you didn't listen, and I hope that you're out of a job.
I don't understand. How did we get here? How in the world? I would love to see behind the scenes exactly what went down or what happened. I Was it fun tracking the groomers and getting all excited about that? Absolutely, it was a blast. Was Gruden his number one and Mullen his number two, and then this is his guy? I don't understand how we got to this point.
Well, not to cut you off, but it's not happening. They're reporting Trey Wallace, who's been on it, tweeted it's done. He's not coming to Tennessee.
Good.
So that's evidently that.
But it's I don't think we've said it since we started recording. It's pretty much all confirmed that Mullen is going to Florida. What happened there? Did he get an offer? Did Tennessee even try to hire Dan Mullen? I don't understand. I don't know. I guess I'm just baffled by all of this. I don't know what's going on. It's like you said, Curry's Mr. Secret Agent flying all over the country. What in the hell's he been doing exactly?
Yeah, down there in the Bahamas, I mean, I understand that the basketball team was down there.
It don't matter. His priority is hiring a damn football coach right now.
It's exactly right. He stood up at that press conference the day that they fired Jones, and he said, my number one priority is going to be hiring a great football coach at the University of Tennessee. Well, I'm telling you what, sitting down in the Bahamas, drinking your little martinis, and going down the water slide at the Atlantis is not finding a good football coach. I'm sorry.
No search firm, no coaching search firm. I don't get it. That's why I don't understand how we're here. He seemed like arrogant prick, like you said. What's he been doing?
Well, that's exactly. I mean, you tell me. One thing we've heard the whole time is money's not an issue, and I know we've talked about Matt Campbell a little bit, but would that not have been a whole lot better than Schiano bringing that out? I mean, hear that
Butch Jones would be better.
Willie
than
Taggart.
Yeah, I mean, we hear that money is not an issue. And then it comes out that, they couldn't get around Campbell's buyout. Give me a break. $9 million, and you're supposedly offering Gruden 10 per year? I mean, don't hand me this stuff that money's not an issue, and then you're not going to pay a $9 million buyout. I mean, come on. But how far did they go down the list to get Schiano? From what I've seen tweeted, that was kind of the last option. There is absolutely no way. There is no way that was the last option. I've been reading for a week that he was a real option down there before Mullen was going to Florida or anything else. So he's been high on Curry's list the whole time.
Hubbs has been claiming he was on the list from the get-go, and people were pissed at him about it. But here we are. So it's hard to get pissed when he's giving you facts.
Yeah, and I mean, I've read a lot. I've seen Feldman, who I think Feldman's pretty good. I've seen him say it all week that Schiano was a very real option down there. And I've said it a couple times that I was scared this was going to happen. Evidently it's not going to, thank goodness. But you just can't tell me that there's not somebody else out there you could get. I mean, we made Taggart would be good. One that's we've mentioned before. You tell me Kiffin would not be better than Schiano?
Let me ask you this.
Come on.
Do you think there is any way possible? This was my wishful, hopeful thinking earlier. Is there any way they leaked this rumor and it wasn't really as close as they thought it was, just to gauge the fan base's reaction? and then go in a different direction. And now, because I think now it's to the point, I said it in a text message right before we came on. You guys know how against it I was. Bring Lane Kiffin home, baby. I'm on board at this point. Anything's better than that. Anything's better than Schiano. So is there a chance that this was leaked on purpose and now the fan base is going to accept a lesser hire? You don't think so? There's no chance at all you think that's possible?
I don't think
because I mean, he was up there today. I mean it appears that that it was as close to being as done deal as possible until all the backlash hit, until all the Tennessee fans, started this uproar and this protest over it. No. I mean, he was going with Schiano. I mean, he just another incompetent hire by the athletic department down there. I mean, just another deal.
So where do we go back on it? Let's look back on it. Who did Currie work under down there? Mike Hamilton.
Exactly.
That's all you need to know right there. That tells me all I need to know about Currie.
I was taking a drink of green tea and y'all both stopped talking.
Well, I mean, there's really not much else to be said. Curry's an idiot. Hamilton was an idiot when he was down there. What do you expect? And it's now Curry's done. He's done down there. There is no way he recovers from this.
So where do we go? Where do we go from here? How do we get a football coach? If Curry's done, I mean, and if this was his guy, if this was the hire, and now it's not going through, where are we in this search? Did we start over? Are we starting over right now?
True, it's going to be interesting. I mean, is Currie going to be a part of the search? How can you
really
trust him to be? I mean, from what I've read today, and you guys have probably seen it as well, even people in the athletic department are pissed about this. It's like it was 100%. The Tennessee fan base united, and I think the people behind Currie were in the same boat as the fans and didn't want him. Now, I don't know this for sure. Obviously, I'm not there, but that's everything I'm reading. It is that nobody gave positive feedback on that, yet Currie went with it anyway.
I don't
You've got
think
an
I've
athletic department against you, a fan base against you. You're done. There's no recovering from it.
I don't think I've ever seen the fan base so united to say no.
Well, that's what
nobody wanted this. Nobody. And people, if you pay for 24/7 or you pay for VolQuest, I would consider you to be a pretty diehard fan. You're probably invested in Tennessee football. We've said it on here before. We've all missed weddings and birthdays and family reunions to watch Tennessee football. And the three of us are having a conversation this afternoon that we're not going to watch Tennessee football if this hire goes through. So, I mean, I've never seen anything like it.
No, we've never seen anything like this. Not only at Tennessee, but anywhere, really. I mean, we've seen coaches do their undoing. I mean, this one's for old Mr. Wade Adams when Mike Price and his hookers out there. But
he'll like that. He'll love that.
But really, we've never seen anything like this before. But I just want to say to anybody, I applaud the Tennessee fan base. We've had enough. We're sick of it. And by God, our voices were heard today. And so hats off to you, Tennessee fan base, because you did what you want to do. And these national guys throwing off on Tennessee fans, you can blow it out your asses. I know you're not listening to this, but,
Herb Street.
Yeah.
Herb Street's leading the charge.
Yeah, I mean, it's all of them. Of course, they're going to throw off on Tennessee. And I seen one guy saying, well, Urban Meyer and Bill Belichick recommended him. Well, boy, that's two high-character guys right there. I mean,
yeah, Nick Saban recommended Derek Dooley, too. Who cares?
Yeah, but it is what it is, guys. The fan base has spoken. I fully expect now you'll see, and this is a guess, probably Currie will be done. We'll see Blackburn or Fulmer in there. And who knows what's going to happen at this point? Who absolutely knows? This is uncharted territory right here.
Well, let me say this. If this hire doesn't go through, Talkin VAWLS just keeps rolling, I guess. We don't know what we're going to do podcast-wise as far as when we post the next episode. We're just going to keep following the search, and if we feel like we need to get on and record, we'll get on and record. If that means twice a week, if that means 3 times a week, if that means we get back together next Sunday and pump out an episode, that's what we're going to do. But we'll keep you guys updated with what's going on. But I just don't know. I know I keep saying it, but where do we go? What do you think now? I mean, it's like I said, about anybody at this point is going to be better than the last option. And I just read on VolQuest too. We're all still scrolling VolQuest at the same time. How in the world are Peyton and Fulmer not involved in this at all?
Because I'm hearing that they're saying that Peyton was okay with Schiano.
Yeah, that's what I just read, and that makes no sense because I thought they hated each other.
I mean, supposedly he cussed him out over cheap shots.
Yeah, I seen that. The article I was reading today. Yeah, I think it was Michael Bennett for the Seahawks quoted, and he said, "Man, I've never heard Peyton cuss." I laughed at that. I was like, "Where in the heck have you been hiding? That guy can cuss with the best of them."
I'm still sitting here scrolling through VolQuest. I don't know what to say. I don't know.
It's unprecedented. I mean, it's just. I didn't think that it could get any darker than it did last night after we finished 0-8 and first eight loss season in the history of the program. But gosh, today, because really, I mean, you know, we've got to think about it. Yeah, I mean, Schiano's fell through, but you know, is this going to be something that's going to make it more difficult for Tennessee to attract coaches? I mean, that's certainly something that could potentially happen here.
Yeah, I've thought about that too.
It's possible, but I don't think you would have seen this uproar if it was just about football. This is bigger than football.
Mm-hmm.
And surely to goodness, people can realize that and see it. This Herbstreit crap is stupid. He wants Galden kicked off the team for shooting a double bird, but then says this is an outrage. Are you kidding me? And I usually like Herbstreit, but that's stupid.
Yeah, and
but
it is. It's but you know, to the point, I kind of wonder what that will do to the search right here. But there's guys that'll take it. I mean, again, like we've mentioned, you're telling me Lane Kiffin's going to be turned off by this? I mean, come on, this guy will thrive on it because he'll come in and be the most popular guy that's ever walked into Tennessee at this point if he were after this. So you could look at it another way. Whoever comes in is probably going to have a pretty big following after this.
Oh, yeah. I definitely believe because like Boogie said, I mean, if anything Currie's done with today, he's united this fan base and whoever it is outside of Derek Dooley or Butch Jones, I certainly believe that they're going to have the backing of the fans.
So where are you guys at now? I mean, obviously, JP, you were a Gruden. You had that Gruden fever. I mean, I had Mullen at the top. I think we all agree it's no way going to happen. It's not. It's done. It ain't happening.
Yeah,
Mullen, if he's not signed, if the ink may not have dried yet, but it appears he will be at Florida. So I think my top guy would be Leach. I don't know that would ever happen, but I would. Where else do you go? But other than that, man,
Willie Taggart.
I wouldn't be
talk
mad.
him into coming.
I wouldn't be mad at that. And just last week I said I wasn't interested in him, but here we are, and I would take it.
Willie Taggart.
Gosh, something about a Kiffin press conference would have me fired up and ready for football.
I
know it would.
I don't know that it'll go that way. I really don't.
I don't think it will.
But after today, I mean, I would think anything's possible at this point. I mean, that's about as low as it goes. And if you're going to you're not going to hold the supposed allegation. And again, I'm not getting in that, but you're not going to hold that against the guy. But yet you're going to hold against the guy for leaving for his dream job, even though we all didn't like him for it, but still yet.
You know why that pissed me off so much? Because I loved him when he was there. That's why.
Yeah. Yep.
I mean, I don't see Kiffin either. I think that you got to see about Taggart. I think you got to at this point in time. I think you're going to have to maybe get back in touch with Campbell, even though that I'm not convinced that that's going to be anything. Brom. Um, I mean, heck, at this point in time, I mean, if we were going to hire Schiano, what about Bobby Petrino?
No.
I mean, seriously.
Yeah, I mean,
He's
I
really,
mean,
but
I
he's
mean,
way less offensive to me than Schiano is. Way less.
yeah, I don't want him down there. But I mean, and
oh, I don't
but
either.
yeah, you're right. I mean, if you're going that route, but
I
I mean,
mean,
is it going to come down? You're going to have to go for like T. Martin or possibly Pruitt at Alabama, possibly. I don't know. It's just it could get to a point where you're either looking at a coordinator or you're swallowing any and all pride and going Kiffin. I mean, I don't know. I keep throwing it out there, knowing it's probably not going to happen. Supposedly Taggart wants to get back this way. I don't know how serious he is about it. That would be a good hire. Would they revisit Charlie Strong? I'm not saying I want him, but would they revisit that? I don't know. It's really hard to tell from here. It really is. I don't think Frost would be. I think Frost will probably go to Nebraska if he goes anywhere. And then Norvell, it's rumored he probably wants Arkansas over Tennessee. Who knows? Who knows at
yeah.
this
There's
point?
something up with him that he's been vetted, and there's some concerns. Nobody will say what it is, but
That makes no sense to me. How does Norvell get vetted and Greg Schiano just is going to be the next coach at Tennessee?
Mm-hmm.
That makes zero sense to me. No, I wasn't ever on the Norvell bandwagon, but I don't understand that.
I don't either.
I
I
don't know.
mean, it's just I. What else can you say about today? It's just been an absolute mess. I never thought we would get to this point, but I mean, I've seen about Currie and his stealth search. Yeah, he's been stealth, all right. He's gonna show stealth how quick you can get out of town too. Over this,
Man, it's I was almost laughing about it because it's almost funny to sit back and think how many times do we say, God, it can't get any worse than this. And then Tennessee football says, hold my beer and watch this. And here we go.
well, I said it just yesterday after that game. I said this is rock bottom. Can't get any worse. And yeah, like you said, hold my beer. It's worse now. But
what about David Cutcliffe?
I would take him. I would in
But
a
I don't.
heartbeat.
But I
But
don't think he'd come.
no, I don't think so either.
I don't either. I don't think he'd be a bad hire if he, depending on who he brought with him. But he's got it. He's got a pretty good situation at Duke. I mean, he doesn't seem to have any pressure over there. Why would he come to Tennessee with the pressure?
I was talking to my Mal buddies there earlier, and they were on the train of just bring Fulmer back for 2 or 3 years. Try to right the ship.
I don't think that'll ever happen either. I don't think it'll happen.
I'd go for it.
If you could go back in time, I was the biggest Fulmer supporter. I was. I loved the guy. But when he got fired, I couldn't argue with it. I said it's time. I never said I wanted him fired, but when it happened, I said I understand. But if you could go back in time and change it, would you just keep Fulmer?
Oh yeah, at this point in time,
Well, yeah.
ride it out because he would have made changes to the offense. I don't think there's any doubt about that. I mean, what's funny about it is when he hired Clawson, was it not Mike DeBoard that was the other candidate for it? Mike DeBoard would have probably saved him a couple years, to be honest with you.
I don't understand how Clawson was so bad. That offense was awful. It was a train wreck.
You mentioned that. Funny you mentioned that. I just wonder if his name could come up to come back. And again, I'm not saying I want him. I'm not saying that at all, but is that a name that comes up now?
I could not get excited about that because I was so excited when he came as the offensive coordinator, and all we heard was getting the ball to playmakers in space, and then it was horrible. And I know he's done some good things as a head coach, but I would not be excited at all about that.
No, I wouldn't.
But what is there a name left that you would just get excited about if they hired? I mean, we're about out of options.
Man, I don't know. What do you think, JP?
I mean, well, I mean, at this point in time, I mean, obviously we were going to go with a coordinator, so um, I know that he's never been a head coach before, but you got Pruitt down there at Alabama. You know, you got him. Obviously, I don't guess Venables was ever interested. Probably, definitely wouldn't be interested now. Um, it's going to have to be somebody that's probably you're going to have to overpay. That is going to be another up and comer at this point in time. I mean that's the sad part about it. I mean Currie has absolutely screwed this up to the point that my concern is the perception now. I mean, obviously, Mullen wanted Florida over Tennessee. We're assuming. I mean, who knows though? I mean, that's the thing. We don't know who Curry really even offered the job to, because he was so James Bondish and secretive about everything. I guess he was staying up there with the had Schiano as number one. I guess I don't know. Um,
I really
you
want to know
know,
what happened with
I'd offer it
Mullen.
to T Martin. I mean, I would. I mean, do you all think that if you offered T Martin, say $4 million a year to come back as head coach of Tennessee, I mean, would he not
Oh
take it?
yeah, he takes it. There's no doubt about it. I think I even seen Swain tweet about T wanted the job. Bring him back. I mean, if it comes to that point, that's a guy that knows what Tennessee football is about. He's not going to come in here and be content and boasting about back-to-back 9-win seasons and stuff like that. I mean, if you're going to go the coordinator route, let's bring our own home. The way I see it, I think you could do a whole lot worse right there. I mean, again, who
Um,
else at this point? I agree.
I mean, you got Mike Leach. I mean, we talked about him, but I mean, I would go with him at this point in time. I still think probably out of the wild cards, I think due to his ties to the southeast and his recruiting background, I think Taggart would probably be your safest choice, if you can say a safest choice
I don't
at
think
this point in
I
time.
don't think you can. I think any possible coach is a gamble that's left.
Well, yeah, I mean, but that's what I'm saying though. I
Yeah.
mean, I mean, I think at least whenever you look at the positives and the pros and cons of people, I think at least that you got Taggart, who's coached in the South, who even though he doesn't have a strong record, he's still got a pretty good recruiting class assembled up there at Oregon, which we've talked about even underneath Kelly that they never had great recruiting classes and so forth. So I mean, it's obviously uh, the man can get to recruits, but uh, I don't know. It's just frustrating that Curry's done this. I mean, it's just so frustrating as a fan to just know that. I mean, we've hit rock bottom, got blowed out by Vanderbilt, 8 losses, first time ever. Everybody thinking, for a month now we've been like, well, this season just hurry up and end. Well, hurry up and end. Just hurry up and get this season over with, and let's get a new coach in here and let's start all over again. And then today, all of this crap just blows up, and just frustrating. Just frustrating.
I can't
I just don't know how much more we can
I
take.
can't believe how, and I seen the term and it was going tone deaf Curry was to this. Knowing what the fan base, and I know it's not all about the fan base, but that's like you said, that's your customer right there. But if you got fan base, former players, I never seen a single person, fan, former player, or anything come out and happy about this hire. They weren't happy about it. You're going to tell me you're that tone deaf to everyone involved and supposedly people in the athletic department that you're still going to go out on your own and make this hire? Maybe he doesn't understand the magnitude of this hire, but we've said it on here for weeks.
He's in the wrong position if he doesn't.
Well, he obviously doesn't, and by doing this, because a bad hire and this program's done. Just plain as that. We're 4-8. This year just got destroyed by Vanderbilt at home, and you're going to turn around and do this? I mean, who knows what happens from here? But I'm really just mind blown that it came to this today. I never would have expected this.
No, and you know, going back to just how out of touch that he was, you know, I mean, we heard reports. I know Hub said it, you know, that Currie was kind of taken aback at how the fan base basically turned on Jones after that Florida game, and then, you know, after they got trashed by Georgia, you know, and then obviously by letting all these groomers just fester and fester since basically the middle of October. I mean, it was that South Carolina game that Gruden sat down there in the stands, and from that point on, for over 2 months, I mean, that's all that this fan base talked about. I mean, it was on every thread on any message board that you was on. I mean, that's all they'd talk about. That's all they'd talk about on the radio. People calling in, asking about it, and that's what I'm saying. I mean, Currie, you know, those reports of him just being arrogant and egotistical, and basically doesn't listen to the fan base, is true. I mean, it's obvious with today's events that John Currie thinks that he's the smartest man in the world.
Boogie, you got anything?
I got nothing, man. I was just sitting there thinking while you're saying that. I mean, they just should have shut down the rumors. I mean, they should have. And you can't hold Gruden responsible for that. It dang sure isn't his place to do it. But it's like you said, it just went on way too long, and it, you know, it got, and we talked about it on here. It got to the point that if it's not Gruden, nobody's going to be happy. But still, that said, never in a million years did I think we were going to end up here where we're at. It's an all-time low, man. I don't have a whole lot to add. I don't know what to say, you know. I was hoping we could get on here and talk about something positive or something good or where we thought we were going. But, man, it all crashed and burned just in a matter of hours today. It really did.
It did. I mean, there was rumors that maybe it was Mullen. I don't know. I mean, I kind of goes back to earlier. Was Mullen offered? I could see it where he would take Florida over Tennessee, though. I mean, that's where he came from Mississippi State. Maybe they offered and he was in contact with Florida, too, and went there instead. I don't know. But who else? I mean, you tell me it was Gruden, Mullen, and Schiano?
Yeah, that's the way it appears.
I mean, that's exactly the way it appears, and that's just pathetic. That's pathetic right there. I don't know. I guess we'll see where we go from here, but, you know, I've said it many times on here. I think with what happened today that John Currie sealed his fate, too. There's no way he's recovering from this. I see no way. No absolute way.
There's no way.
And frankly, I'll drive down and help the son of a bitch pack his bags tonight. and that's the way I feel about him right now because, again, he double-birded everybody associated with Tennessee today, went out on his own. He kind of went rogue on this. And who knows who else supported the hire, probably the Haslams and people that really don't need to be making decisions anymore if they did support it. But pick the pieces up and let's move forward. Surely this is rock bottom. This has to be it.
Don't say that.
I mean, unless they just fold the program tomorrow, which at this point, if that's the way they're going to go, they might as well fold it. But surely this is it. It's got to go up from here, I would hope. Now for a timetable for a new coach, I have no idea. I guess.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, well, I mean, what happens? What are they going to fire Currie? I mean, there's a lot of heat on him now. What's going to happen, and where do we go from here? Like I said, does this restart the whole search process? I don't know. If this was his guy and he thought he had his guy and he was waiting until the end of the season to go up there and announce it, then now what? But I think you guys agree we just keep this a short podcast, and we'll in the words of Hubs, we'll start digging and then we'll get back to you guys. I just don't think we have a whole lot more to add, but hopefully we'll get some information over the next few days, and if we can get another podcast out this week, we will. If we don't have anything to report, then we'll just maybe get back together next Sunday and get a new episode posted. Are you guys good with that, or you got anything you want to add?
Yeah, I'm good with it. Just a sad day. Sad day. It's been a sad year for Tennessee football, a sad 10 years of Tennessee football. It's and I hope that this is the rock bottom. I don't see how it could get any worse, but
yeah, it's been a bad year. 4-8 could have easily been 3-9 or 2-10, right there. And then you trot this out there today as well. I just don't see how going forward with this search that Currie can be a part of it. I mean,
yeah.
Who knows what they'll do? They'll probably keep him down there, but I just don't see how. I mean, again, we've never seen anything like this before. Never. Definitely not Tennessee. Nowhere else. It's.
What about Sumlin? Do you even consider him?
I think I would take someone.
I mean, it's another, well, you take him but not excited about it type deal, I guess.
The only thing that worries me about Sumlin is I think he had a lot of internal issues just like Jones did. I mean, look how many of those players left down there, and, they had, those 2 5-star quarterbacks left. And, of course, he had Manziel down there, and, we know the background with Manziel. That he probably pretty much just done anything that he wanted to while he was down there. So that's the thing about Sumlin. I just don't know if he's got the control.
Same way. Like you said, those quarterbacks leaving was kind of a red flag, in my opinion, right there. Because because one of them was starting, and the other one would have taken over as a starter. So, yeah, there's something going on there. But, I mean, after today, it'd be better than Schiano.
Anything would be, right? We're all in agreement there.
Well, I mean, like we said, Tennessee should have just never even went down this road. I mean, that's what's frustrating to me about it. I mean, you don't touch that with a 10-foot pole. I mean, you just don't. In this day and age, you just can't do that. I mean, you just can't do that. I mean, that people are going to question that. I mean,
I think the problem is they thought people might question it, but they never in a million years dreamed that the uproar was going to be as loud as it was. And like you said, it wasn't just fans. It was celebrities, political figures, the big red machine himself, Kane, straight out of hell. Oh, God. That was hilarious. That was hilarious. But let's wrap this thing up. Again, it's a short podcast, but this was a lot. And it was a lot of it was breaking right as we were about to record, so we tried to get something together for you guys. But I think that's going to wrap it up for our main and for Vols JP. I'm Boogie Bentley. Bring Lane home.
Jack Kerouac, he drank himself to death in New England, and I'd like to take his hand and say, Jack, man, it's okay. Now he's gone, and we're left to move along on without him. The songs howl like me, poets at an arcade, soaking moonlit falls, unbroken past this inundated orb that we call home. And it's night and I'm alone and I'm alive.